Hi, my name is Jana Kay, and welcome to my Bible study and crafting channel, Flourish Evermore. So today is November 1st, and the first of the month is the day I try to put out a video that covers all the things that I was working on the previous month. So in this case, the month of October. This video will actually cover 2 weeks because I did a mid-monthly makes video that I will link here. And I will also link in the description box below. But before we get started, I just want to say a huge thank you to all my subscribers, my viewers, those that have clicked that thumbs up button. I really do appreciate your support. So I started this channel because I wanted it to be a huge blessing to others in a couple of ways, specifically that I have been blessed and want to share that. First of all, Discovery Bible Study. As I said, this is a Bible study channel. I do what is called Discovery Bible Study. It's a type of inductive Bible study. And when I learned this tool about 8 years ago, that my knowledge of God really grew. And it deepened my relationship with the Lord and my love for Him. And it really just gave me a lot of joy as I try to be obedient, to follow Him. And I wanted to bring this Bible study to others so they could experience the joy that I felt and still feel as I do this type of Bible study. And so it really also impacted the ministry that we have here. As I said, I do Bible studies with other people. I found that this tool is a very reproducible tool in that I can share it with others and they can take it and run with it and do their own Bible studies and use it in their personal time with the Lord as well. And as I said, it's very affordable. The second way I have been blessed was by knitting and crochet channels. As I watched YouTube, especially during COVID, I watched sewing, I watched knitting, crochet. I learned how to knit about 1.5 years ago through YouTubers that did tutorials and showed all their things. I've learned so much about knitting and even crochet, even though I started out as a crocheter, just getting information and lessons from YouTubers that it really grew my love for crafting again. And it gives this left-brainer an opportunity to use her right brain. And I just want to share that with others. The way I have grown in my crafting, the things that I make, but also it has really given me friends. Yes, people that I haven't met, although I have met one YouTuber in Cape Town. I have met OM Granny Square. Ursula is her name. And it is so much fun just to connect over this social media platform that is YouTube. And so, yeah, so I just, that is what I hope that my channel blesses others with. A Bible study method that they can use and be excited about, and a channel where you can connect with me. And in the description box below, you will find all the different ways that you can get in touch with me. So I sure hope that this channel is a blessing to you all. And just thank you so much for coming and watching my videos. I do appreciate it, and joining me in Bible study. As I mentioned, I did a mid-monthly make this October, and I showed my Jada in Stitches blanket and socks that I finished and some whips, some things I've been working on. So those things are not part of this video. But again, in the description box below, you can click on the link to see that. And I'm thinking that it may be a trend that will continue. We'll see what happens in the months ahead. So let's get started now. Enough talking, enough admin. Let's get started. The first thing is finished objects. And the first finished object I have, well, actually the only finished object that I have is this Pumpkin Buddy. So I joined or participated in a collab that was run by Lee at Lee Mac, Marsha at Mimi Makes Keepsakes, Cassandra at Craftably Ever After, and then Mary at Slow Crochet. And this was a fantastic collab that they had going. I enjoyed participating. And so this is the second thing I made in the month of October. And this is Cassandra, Craftably Ever After. This is her Pumpkin Buddy pattern. It is a free pattern on her website, and I will link that below as well as her channel. All the hosts, the hostesses of the collab, will link them below. So this is Pumpkin Buddy, and he is adorable. I love him. I did make her Buddy 2.0, and so when she came out with Pumpkin Buddy, I had to make it. So I'll tell you a little bit about him. I don't think that I mentioned the name of the collab, which was called #NotSoScaryHalloween. And so if you search on that hashtag, you will see other videos. There were some other people that participated, and then you will see the 4 that hosted this collab. So Buddy was made out of L cottons, and it is 100% cotton yarn, and this colorway is brown. And then his and that's what I used for him. His muzzle was made with the same L cottons, and it is a DK weight yarn. This colorway is called Fudge. So here in South Africa, Fudge is light brown. It is not chocolate, as many in the US might know fudge as being chocolate. So this is called Fudge. There you go, Fudge. So that's what I used for him. The flower is a just a yellow cotton scrap. So the pumpkin was used with this yarn. It's Alize Voluto, and it is orange. I think the colorway is 06, but it is a pretty yarn. It is a let's see, it's 100 gram skein and 60 meters. I actually bought 2 because I wasn't sure how far it would go. It is a micro polyester is what that is. It is chenille, and the color 06, but a pretty orange color for the pumpkin. And so that is what I used to make this adorable Pumpkin Buddy by Cassandra at Craftably Ever After, as part of the collab #NotSoScaryHalloween. Halloween. And I had a great time making him and been inspired maybe to even do more amigurumi, because I'm not necessarily an amigurumi maker. By the way, I did use a 3mm hook for Buddy and a 5mm hook for the pumpkin. All right, so that is, let me check and make sure I got everything. And yeah, so that is my only finished object. So we're going to get to whips. So I was also took part in another make-along, a podcaster here in South Africa. Her name is Mariette. She is known as Dibuafro. So her make-along was #DB Socktober 2023. And so the 2 socks that I finished, I had started before October, but finished them in October and started 2 new pair of socks. And I love Mary's channel name she's Mary at Slow Crochet. I think that should probably be my knitting name, because I am a slow knitter. I almost, at the end of October, got my husband's sock finished. I got to the toe decreases on his first sock. And as you can see, almost very close to finishing this sock. It should be done in the next day. Had a great time making it. This yarn works up so nicely. I love the striping. I love that it stripes with a row of white in between, and then just scattered stripes everywhere. It is a beautiful yarn. I'm giving you the full effect of this gorgeous yarn. It is by Hypnotic Yarns, and I've got 2 balls in here, so I have to pull out the right one. There it is. That is the yarn. It is by Hypnotic Yarns. It is part of my Yarnable subscription, and it is, the colorway is called Bougie New Year. And Hypnotic Yarns is, well, this is her plush sock yarn, and it is fingering weight, and it is 85% superwashed merino and 15% nylon. There's 437 yards in a 100-gram skein, and I get one every month as part of her subscription. And the sock that I did, this sock is for my husband. It is just the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla sock pattern. And for his size, I think he's a US size 10 and a half. And I cast on 72 stitches, and I did a 25 round cuff. I just like the longer cuff on here for him. And then I did a 60 round leg and a heel flap, a slip stitch heel flap. And yeah, I think that is everything. I will have it done and then cast on the second sock in the next few days. So the other sock that I am working on is also a pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady, is also a yarn by Hypnotic Yarns, part of my Yarnable subscription. And the pattern that I am doing is her morning coffee sock pattern. So that's what the leg looks like. This one, I only did a 20 round, and I didn't do the one in the pattern, cuff. Let me just say cuff. I didn't do the one in the pattern. I did just the knit 2, purl 2. but love the way that this morning coffee sock pattern is working up. So I am a size 5 in the US, not quite a size 3 in South Africa, and I think it's the same as in the UK. They changed the sizing, and now a 3 is more like a size 6 in the US, so it's a little bit too big for me because I have a baby foot. But I knit very tightly, so I cast on 60 stitches because I get 9 stitches per inch. So I cast on 60 stitches using a 2.5 millimeter, which I don't think I mentioned that with my husband's sock. It is a 2.5 millimeter 9-inch circular is what I use. And I find that that fits, even though the circumference, casting on 56 stitches is for the size small, and the foot circumference is like 8 to 9 inches, and my foot circumference is like 7.5. And so, but it works out well. So I must be a very tight knitter, but they're comfortable. And so far, I've had no problems with casting on 60 stitches. It does make it fun for something that is a 4-stitch repeat. And that's what this is. It is a 6-round repeat, but every 4 stitches has the same pattern. But I don't think it looks bad at all. And I'm really liking the way that it is turning out. I used this yarn. So this is Hypnotic Yarn again. And the colorway on this one is Raspberry Cream. Raspberry Cream. And then here is the Yarnable label again. So I got on her subscription. It's not always open to new subscribers and so the way I got on is I went to her website, which is, and I'll link it in the description box below, but it's www.yarnable.net. And I just signed up for the newsletter and to be on the waiting list, and I got an email that when the subscriptions were open and signed up for it. So I can't remember how long I waited, but I'm sure there are always people that decide to drop out, and every, I don't know, few months or so, she will open again. But it's worth it to be on the waiting list. I have loved her plush sock yarn. I have loved the colorway every month, the extras every month. There's several people, including the Crazy Sock Lady, who does an unboxing of her yarn. So mine is sent to the US to my parents' house, so I don't do an unboxing every month because I only get the yarn if somebody comes to visit or when we go to the US to visit. And so that's why I don't open mine every month. All right, so that is my first whip, and you will probably see it again because as soon as I finish the 2 that I'm working on, I will start the second foot of the sock. The second thing that I am working on, so I'm thinking about Christmas and getting some Christmas gifts started and even some Christmas decorations, which I'll talk about in my plans. But our co-workers have 4 children, and so I thought I am gonna make them something. And so I have started the first gift, and it is called the Checkmate blanket. So let me pull that out for you to see and see what I have gotten started so far. So I am And I want to make sure that I look at my notes and tell you correctly. So obviously by the name Checkmate Blanket, it does have to do with chess. So I'm going to show you the picture. It is a paid-for pattern by Collins Handcrafts, and they give you the graph. That's the word I'm looking for. They give you the graph for each square and for the entire pattern, and then they give you the written pattern as well. But I'm just going to show you the final graph, what the blanket should look like when it is finished. So that's why it is called the Checkmate blanket. I did rework the pattern because it called for 250 a chain of 250. So it's a pretty wide blanket, and I'm really just making kind of like a lapgan, just a throw. And it's going to end up with the border being about 38 inches by 38 inches square. And I got the first row done. So here is my first row. Get all the yarn out of the way. So there it is. Mate. I have the mate done. It's just all single crochet. So the graph, you can do anything with the graph. You can do double crochet, you can do single crochet, half double crochet. You could knit off the chart. You could even do a cross stitch design off the chart, off the graph that they give you. So I've just done single crochet, and you can kind of see the white in there. I am carrying the white and the black through. You can see the black then through the white. And it's just easier. It makes for a nice thick blanket. My idea is then to put a brown border like the frame that a checkerboard is in. So like a wooden frame, I'm going to put a brown border around it to finish it off, and that will give it, help it to be the 38 inches by 38 inches. I am using L Pure Gold. So this is the label, L Pure Gold. This is 100% acrylic. It says on the label soft. It says on there soft acrylic, and it really is soft. And it is a double knit. The black is caviar and the white is white. But I thought caviar was really a cool name for the black colorway. So that is my first Christmas gift that I am working on, and my last whip for the month of October. So plans for November and beyond are to do the Christmas gifts. I've started for the oldest. The Checkmate blanket is for the oldest of our co-workers' 4 children, and the other 3 are going to get amigurumis because of channels like Lee and Cassandra and Marsha, and I've even started watching Ginger Cat Crochets. That's Pamela and Caroline for the Love of Crochet. Her channel. I have been for maybe over a year watching Valerie at Valerie's Cuddly Cat Crochet. All of these I will link below because these are very talented amigurumi makers. And if you are interested, you make amigurumi, you would love to watch their channels because they are so gifted and so talented. And there's so many out there that make amigurumis. So you can, I'm sure you can even search amigurumi, and a lot of the videos will come up of very talented people. But joining in the not so scary Halloween and making Buddy Bear and watching their channels, I have caught the fever. Let's say the amigurumi fever. So I am going to make, one of the children loves crabs, so I'm going to make an amigurumi crab. I asked the mom, what do they like, you know, their favorite shows, their favorite colors, that kind of thing. She gave me a whole list, and she said, I just love my kids. That's why I've given you long answers, and I love what they're interested in. So I thought that was great. So I just kind of, through the list she gave me, picked, and one of them really likes crabs, so he is getting an amigurumi crab. I found a pattern on the website Amigurumi Today. You sign up for their newsletter, give them your email address, and then the patterns are free if you do them from the website. You cannot print them, but you can buy a PDF if you do want it printed out. Otherwise, you just crochet off their website. So I found the crab there actually doesn't have a name other than the free Crochet Crab amigurumi pattern. There you go. But you will find it on Amigurumi Today, and I will put the link in the description box. The other pattern from Amigurumi Today is a Plush Bat crochet pattern. Very cute. As you can see, it is a gray bat. This one has pink in the wings, but the young lady who loves bats loves purple. So I'm going to put purple inside the wings of the bat. And finally, the fourth child is a big fan of the show Daniel Tiger. So I found on a website called Little Crochet Farm, I found a pattern for a chubby tiger. And I am going to use the orange. I actually bought brown and a cream color and was going to try to make some bears with it, and some like chubby bears. But when I decided to make Cassandra's pumpkin buddy, I went and bought the orange, and the orange is going to work perfect for the tiger, and the brown and the cream that I have will also work very well to make the chubby tiger. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, other plans, I do want to make some Christmas decor. I found a pattern from Fiber Flux for a granny garland, and then Jada in Stitches has a pattern for a granny star. So I was thinking about making those. When I went and bought some yarn, and I bought some green and red and some variegated green that I'm going to try. But you'll see that in the middle of the mid-monthly makes for November. I want to try to make some crochet mug rugs that I found a pattern for. It's a mosaic pattern, and I would love to try that because I do want to make a mosaic blanket. MJ's Off the Hook Design, she has a beautiful mosaic blanket that I did pay for the pattern, and plan on starting that, if not in December, then in the new year. And my daughter loves Sailor Moon, so yes, it's another amigurumi, and it is a Sailor Moon amigurumi that I want to make for her. But it is not going to be a Christmas present, so there's no rush, and it also may only get done either in December or into the new year. So my priority is the gifts that I am giving the 4 beautiful children, and the Christmas decorations. And so, yeah, in fact, I think it's Pamela at Ginger Cat Crochet is doing through the month of November, is doing kind of a make-along, or and she is making decorations for Christmas and Christmas items through the month of November. So I'll link that video that she put out down in the description box below. So that's it for the end of October. Looking forward to just enjoying some crafts in November and getting some Christmas gifts done and taken care of. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you watching this long, and while you wait for the mid-November monthly makes video, please check out my Monday devotion shorts that I put out every Monday, and love to have you join me for Bible study each week. We're going through the book of Luke. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye, y'all.